Welcome back to Professional Wrestling, the podcast. You've been asking for him, and this guy's been blowing up the internet nonstop. He is Hamilton Pro Wrestling superstar slash sports entertainer, the one, the only Mason Rush.
Glad to be back. I feel like it's been a long time since we sat in these nice red chairs and had a chat.
You know, as your manager, I try to schedule you. I try to get you in here, but you're either training, you're at the gym, you're at the wrestling ring, or you're at events. So it's been a busy schedule for the last little while, my friend.
Yeah, it was easy to track me down at the beginning, once a week here and there. But the schedule's full. Training all the time, competing all the time, kicking ass, taking names weekly, and from where we last left off, it's been a wild ride on the local wrestling scene.
Well, we got the merch obviously going here. We got the Mason Rush tee, available for sale at Hamilton Pro Wrestling events, or DM us at Mason Rush 33, Chosen Lawyer. Get your own merch. And of course, we got the upcoming book, right?
Of course.
The Bible 3.0 in stores January 18th. Order now on Amazon, Barnes & Noble. Buddy, we've been busy, man. We've been kicking ass and not taking any prisoners.
Yeah. We said, well, I'm going to be a national wrestler, a worldwide wrestler. You're going to be a worldwide author, bestseller. And those were just ideas not that long ago. Fast forward, and here we are.
At ringside, somebody gets out of line or the ref's not looking, they may get a book to the head. And if we got to do what we got to do in life. So
that's it.
Speaking of which, I got a bit of a beef right now because, listen, I'm jet flying, Rolex wearing, and I'm out there, scavenging the world and trying to build connects for my protege here, the one, the only Mason Rush. So I said, Mace, you're good to go. You got the big event coming up. You got Tantrum. You got this. Let me know how it goes. You're going to get the easy win, your first singles match. And while I'm on a jet, I hear news that there's all of a sudden a switch. I don't get this. We had Tantrum. It was all advertised. But yet Tantrum was not your opponent that night at your last event. Junior? What went down there?
Well, I mean, if you've been paying attention to what's been going on, especially with the Careless Dynasty, you'd see that Tantrum has a pretty extensive history of ducking me. And we set up matches, they're ready to go, and next thing you know, I find out, oh, wait a minute, he's sending his goon squad after me. He's got his bodyguards coming after me, his partners, but he's nowhere to be found. He was on a tag team with them not that long ago. We had a great match. We were about to probably win my first big tag team match. All I had to do was tag Tantrum. He had to hop in, easy pin. What does he do? He pulls his hand away, betrays me, betrays my trust, and just let me get attacked by his faction, his team, the Careless Dynasty. And I had Marcus Gold, I had Clarence, I had him, they were all gang beating me through. I took an F5, and then obviously when Tantrum saw me on the ground, then found a good opportunity to stomp me. And then I went to HPW and I demanded a match against Tantrum. I didn't just ask. I don't usually demand things. I'm not really one of those kinds of people, but sometimes people really need to be taught a lesson. Slimy Tantrum, needs to be one of them. So we finally booked a match. And as you know, I trained. I couldn't come here because I was busy working hard, getting ready to whoop him. And the time finally came, and I had everything ready to go. I trained hard, ate my vitamins, ready to rock, and get to the ring. Tantrum shows up, obviously not alone, with his bodyguard Junior behind him. And as soon as I was ready to go and throw down, he stepped out of the ring, and I had to fight a massive, massive man, which, again, I'll do any day, any time. But, yeah, yet again, Tantrum slid out and avoided fighting me.
And to no surprise there, Mason Rush leaves with the W. But before we get to that W, I got to ask you, because I'm still tracing back the steps, and it all went by so quickly. Here you are one moment, you're training with Goldie. Goldie's your guy, and you guys have a good relationship. You're starting off in the industry, and, it's building up, as far as a good relationship. How did we get to this point where now it's you against Careless Dynasty when, in fact, you guys were boys not that long ago? What is it? Is it jealousy? They're just looking at the bod and they're saying, like, we're not him, so let's attack him?
Yeah, I don't know. I think because I am relatively new to this whole world, I take people at face value. I trust people when they tell me things, and I'm learning the hard way that there's always ulterior motives. These groups always have plans to sabotage and take advantage of the new guy, right? I'm working on building a team. I make lots of friends. I got Bruiser, I got Jax, I got lots of training partners, but they got their own battles to fight, and I'd help them. But right now, it seems like I got a tall order ahead of me and taking on 5 massive dudes in the Careless Dynasty. Right? There's also Joshua Sin, who's a member of the Careless Dynasty, who just came back last week. Someone else I got to now think of dealing with, right? So, yeah, I mean, you go in to fight Tantrum, you train for one person, all of a sudden, someone who's twice the size, twice as athletic comes in, you got to fight him too. And as you were saying, it was not an easy match. I got dragged around the ring. I got beat up. I got axe handled. I got stomped on, but I came back and won, and I had my first big victory.
Listen, Junior ain't no small guy. Like this guy like he looks like he's like 8 foot tall. He's a big boy, and yeah, he's it's not easy to handle him around the ring. And you know what? You definitely took him to school there, and you were able to withstand a lot of his punishment.
Yeah.
And you proved yourself, man. The proof's in the pudding. They could not handle it. They knew you were going to get the clean win, so they had to cheat. Attacking the ref. I'm sure suspensions and fines are coming down from Hamilton Pro Wrestling as we speak, for sure.
They better.
And once these guys are taken care of and they come back, at some point they're going to have no choice. They're going to have to face you, each of them, one-on-one, and they're all going down.
Oh yeah, no, we got some big plans ahead. There's a lot of HPW events coming up. They can't hide forever. If they hide, I'll find them. I know where they live, and we'll settle it that way. But at a certain point, you gotta get what's coming to you. Tantrum can't send his goons, his partners, after me forever. He has to face the music at some point and feel the rush. He will, believe me.
And you know what, boys? From what I saw, they won some tag team gold there in that stable. They keep pushing around. You may well find yourself a partner in 2024, and you may have to pull those gold belts away from them just to send a message.
Yeah,
that's what it takes.
We're coming for all of it. It's if it starts with tag team and then goes to singles. The problem is one of my good buddies is the champion of HPW, and I wouldn't fight him. So as long as he's the champion, we're gonna go for all the other belts: the Riot Championship, the Tag Team Championship, other divisions, other industries, whatever we're gonna do. We're gonna go and make a name for ourselves. I was very disappointed that Van Landen and Shane Silvers lost their tag team belts. They fought hard, not that they did anything, but that Careless Dynasty, they're not they don't fight fair, right? You go in, you're good people, you want a good clean fight, and you got to worry about ref pulls, you got to worry about extra guys coming in, you got to worry about, there's so many extra things that isn't just the fighting that you have to think about. So my next fight, I'll probably gather some troops and have people having my back just in case, because if I want a clean win, that's the only way to do it.
Listen, man, they can enjoy their 15 minutes because guess what? I think they're on minute number 10 right now. So they got to watch it. And the other thing is, there's a lot of hungry guys back there in that dressing room. You've talked to me about that off air. And they're seeing what Careless Dynasty is doing. I don't know how many fans they're building up back there. So you're going to be gunning for them. I'm sure there's a few guys that are happy to join you on.
Oh, yeah. The best thing about Hamilton Pro is we've got a stable of hungry fighters coming up. I train with them. I watch them, and none of them like Careless Dynasty, right? Kyle Henderson, Garrett Vacation is a new guy that we just started working with. He's awesome. These guys are coming through the ranks with a vengeance against Careless Dynasty. Careless Dynasty are not nice people. They don't treat us well, and it's only a matter of time before the rest of HPW rises up and they get what's coming to them.
By the way,
if I have to lead it, I will.
By the way, I think we gotta wish you congratulations. I think we're in an anniversary, no? 1 year now.
Yeah.
1 year. He's done it.
Right at 1 year of pro wrestling, from hopping in the ring for my first time and feeling the ropes and the canvas to now having done my fourth match and having my first win.
If we were at an awards ceremony right now, this is your Wrestling Rookie of the Year right here. It's an amazing 2023. I mean, you got to experience a gauntlet of different matches, right?
Yep.
Can you walk, the average fan out there to understand, Is it the same thing to walk into a Royal Rumble as a 6-man tag, as a tag team, as a singles match, or is each one totally different? How does it work in your mindset and physically as a wrestler?
They're all totally different. I did my first match was a rumble, right? So you get your own theme music. You get to come in, but it's guns blazing. You come in hot, and you got everyone in the ring ready to take your head off. So you got to come in ready to go. My second match was a tag team match, a 3-way tag team match. So there were 3 teams of 2. So that was a little bit different than what you're used to because there's a whole extra set of people versus a regular typical tag team match. And as you can see, if you're not paying attention, you get double crossed and you lose the match. You get gang beat by the rest of the guys in the match. Then I was in a 3-on-3 match, which is also different. But again, we took big inspiration from the Shield, the old Shield. We even did a Shield bomb to Marcus Gold, which felt amazing to do. There's clips on that. I'm sure you've seen it. And then the last match was my first singles match where I prepared for one fighter and in the ring got another and had to adjust my game plan and figure out how to fight somebody way bigger, way stronger than me. But as always, we got it done. So yeah, all matches were different. But for a first year, I would say it was some pretty good experience.
Amazing, amazing. Well, we're going to sum up today's episode, but now that we got you back, we got to bring you in for at least a couple more weeks because there's so many questions. The fans are asking, they're clamoring, they want to hear more. Dude, you're just killing the internet. This is at Mason Rush 33. Send in your comments, your questions. Hit that subscribe button, notification bell. Hit us up for them of those teas. You want your own Mason Rush tea? We can make it happen at Mason Rush 33, at Chosen Lawyer. We'll have you back next week.
Absolutely.
This is Professional Wrestling, the podcast. We'll see you all back soon.